Today we're gonna be setting some traps trying to catch us a fisher. A fisher is kind of like a giant weasel ferret thing, and I've been trying to catch one for the past 3 or 5 years now. So that's what the game plan is. We're gonna get all my stuff around. We're gonna see if we can catch us one. What's up, Walker? So to start off, I'm gonna be taking my traps, some dirt, and then all my tools. A fisher is something I've always wanted to catch. Like, I've been trying to catch them for the past few years now, and just no luck. So I've done some research, and I think I know how we're gonna catch them this time. Oh, look at this. Doe skull. Yeah, there's a little doe skull. I was coming down here because I saw this waterway, and like a lot of predators, especially ones in like the weasel family, they like to travel along the water looking for crawfish, mice, whatever else they can find. I think I found a spot that I'm wanting to try. Right here's where I'm thinking. We've got a spot where we could push some bait back. It's flat enough. Looks like something was already digging right here. First things first, I'm gonna start digging a bed for my trap. Just right, since I'm gonna be tucking this back in right there, I'm probably gonna wanna be, I don't know, 6 or so inches back. So I'm gonna go like right there. Oh, there's a nice rock. And that right there should be plenty. You don't need a huge hole for these traps. Before we get too far in, I'm gonna dig my hole real quick. I'm just gonna run this in the back, start swishing it around. I've got my trap right here, so before I stake it into the ground, I just want to make sure that it's gonna work for me and I don't get it all the way into the ground and have to pull it. There you go. That's gonna work for me. Got my driving rod right here. I didn't get the mud out of this from the last time I used this, so this might be interesting, but we're still gonna try it. Take this hammer right here. Our sifter like this. So right on like that. Moving around a little bit like that. That should be good. Now we're just gonna take the back of our hand and gently spread out the dirt without setting the trap off. We gotta pick out our bait and our lures, and what I'll be using, we got a squirrel leg right here. And then for fishers, they say the stinkier the better. This stuff right here smells awful, so we're gonna be trying that. Actually, usually what I do is I take a stick and then stuff it back there. I might just take the squirrel leg and put it in there. Take his foot like that. Stick it back in the hole like that. You do want to wear gloves when you do this stuff, or else your hands are gonna smell all day. Now, we've got the bait in the hole, but you have to cover it up or else the hawks and the crows and everything else will go after it. So, just gonna wad up some leaves and moss right here. Take it over top of it like that. Out of sight, but all the predators and stuff can still smell it. I'm gonna set a few more of these, but I'm gonna use these same rules and tactics, and hopefully in a couple days or so we have a fisher. You guys stay tuned. Guys, I cannot believe what I just caught. This is crazy. We caught a weasel. What the heck? I had this set up for fisher, and I guess why not catch a weasel? I had no idea we even had these guys right here. He's caught pretty deep. Don't want to mess with him too much, but that's incredible. It's a super cold morning today, guys. I was checking traps all morning. Not a lot of luck. Saw a bunch of tracks, you know, everything was running. There's a hawk, probably looking for him. But lots of tracks, just not in the right spots. And this is the last trap I had to check to, and this is crazy. Had no idea we had weasels right around here. I'm gonna get this guy taken care of, and then we'll give you a closer look at him. All right, he's all taken care of. Let's get him out of this trap, get a look at him. Messed up his arm a little bit. That is so cool. That is my first weasel. I've targeted them before, like, you know, the whole shablam, the boxes with the giant rat traps and everything. Never thought I would have caught one. This is insane. Catching a weasel might not seem like a lot, but this is super special to me. This is something that's like one of those animals they hear about, but you never see. So it's just super cool to have caught one. That's just such a beautiful animal, guys. Right now, usually I guess they're supposed to be white, but we haven't had a lot of snow, so they haven't gone through their full color change yet. So this is almost like a summer coat. This thing is super soft, guys. Like, it's incredible. Like I said, I wasn't even targeting these, and I have in the past, and I had no luck. So it's just funny how it worked out, how I was trying to catch something else, and then we caught a weasel. Besides just checking traps, I was coming up here to get some dirt. I ran out, and I found what I believe is like a porcupine tree den. Right there. Tons of good dirt in there, right next to where I set that trap, right around the tree there. And so here's what I was gonna come do. I was gonna come get this dirt. It's all super dry. It'll work really good for traps. Yeah, this is like the whole reason I came up here. I came up here to, one, check the traps and get some dirt. And I had no idea that there would be a weasel. Like I said, I didn't even know we had them right around here. I get some more dirt here, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with the weasel. You guys stay tuned. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is, for one, I'm gonna skin it out to tan and hang and all that. But then two, I think what I'm gonna do is attempt eating this. I've never seen a weasel catch and cook. There's probably a reason for that. They don't look like they have a whole lot of meat on it, but we're gonna give it a shot. I did the raccoon catch and cook, and everyone loved that. So we're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna try cooking a weasel. So it's gonna be interesting. No idea how we're gonna cook this. As long as it's like safe to eat and I'm not gonna die or anything, we're gonna attempt eating it. As soon as I get figured out how I'm gonna cook this guy, I'll pick you guys back up. So it'll hopefully combat any diseases or anything weird this thing's got going on inside of it. I did a marinade in salt, Pepsi, and vinegar. I really don't think I'll get sick from this, but it's just kind of to be safe. This is how I can tell my marinade was a little bit strong. It started off as like a super deep red color, but as you can see now, it's almost like a gray off red color. But it should be okay, and what we're gonna do is bake this guy. We're gonna coat him up really good with seasoning, using some of Cabela's maple jalapeno stuff. Cabela's has a bunch of good seasonings. They're always a safe bet. And once I get it completely covered and I pack all the seasoning into the meat, I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of Pam spray, and then it's gonna be ready for the oven. I am wanting to overcook this. I don't wanna eat raw weasel if I have to at all. So we're gonna overcook this guy, throwing her in the oven and giving it a try. There you guys go. That is what a baked weasel looks like. You know, a couple days ago, I didn't know that we had these out behind my house. And now it's on my plate and I'm gonna try eating it. Like, I don't know, when I first skinned it and everything, it's a super red meat. Pretty similar to like venison, maybe even a tad darker than that. After I soaked it in the salt water, vinegar, and Pepsi, it was not as red. So, we're just gonna go in. I don't know what to go for here. Do I go for the leg? Probably the back strap, right? Let's see if we can get a little piece of back strap. It doesn't smell bad, other than when I was skinning it. There was no stink to it, and the only reason that happens is because they have a gland, but that's like all little weasel things like this have that. So that's kind of to be expected. I'm also kind of stalling right now because I'm not exactly super sure about all this. Here we go. First bite of weasel. It's okay. Not my favorite, but it's okay. I definitely soaked it in the vinegar for too long. I think that's what killed me. But the only reason I did that is so that I wouldn't get sick from anything that I ate, because it's a weasel. And when I think of a weasel, I kind of think of like a rat. But honestly, I don't think you need to do that. Just cook it to 160 degrees, 165, whatever it is, and I think you'll be fine. All right, so I hope this video was at least somewhat entertaining to you guys. This was my first time eating weasel. As far as I can tell, not a whole lot of people have tried weasel. Not the worst thing in the world. I'm not gonna tell you to go do it. I don't think it's the best thing going, but if you're curious and want to try it for yourself, go ahead. Just cook it to whatever it is, 160, 165 degrees, whatever you're supposed to do it at, and I think you'll be fine. Tastes okay, just like anything else. I guess I'd compare it to a tougher squirrel. Like a slightly tougher squirrel is what I'd compare it to. This is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.